All right, here we go. We're going to talk about adding an MP3 player to your BizStackPro website. And I've got a little bit of a shell of a page here, and we're going to add our MP3 player right here below. I've got a picture, I've got the title of the MP3, I got the attribution, who it is and where I can find it, that kind of thing. If this is your own recording, of course, you wouldn't need any of that information. And I'm going to show you how to add an MP3 player and then do a little bit of security stuff too, so people can't just download your picture, I mean your music or your MP3. So let's go add right now. We're going to add a custom code element, and then we're going to go open it, and we're going to paste in some stuff that I've already got typed out for you. Give me just a sec. Let me get back to my note here. Alright, so we need to add the HTML5 audio control. And that's it right there. So what happens is we're telling it, we're giving it this is an audio control, and we're going to tell it the source is and where our source file is, that it's an MP3 or an audio MPEG, and then if their browser doesn't play it, instead of showing an audio player, it would actually show this information right here. So we could do any stylization there if we wanted to, but the main thing we want to do right now is go get the URL to our MP3 player. Now I've already added that to the media, the media cabinet, media bin, whatever you want to call it, in BizStackPro. So let's go get it real quick. We're going to hit save, we're going to hit save, and we're going to go back. And we're going to go to the media storage, and I'm going to go to Andy Delgado, and then I'm going to go to audio, and then I'm going to get this link. So there you go. Now, of course, if you didn't have an MP3 already in your media storage, you're going to want to upload your MP3s there, and then you can get the link. You can have as many players as you want. Just realize that the more you add, the slower your site may be. So let's just continue on from here. We've copied our link. Now we're going to go back to sites and websites and the andydelgado.com folder, and then the andydelgado.com site, and then come down here and we're going to edit the MP3 player tutorial. Okay, now remember we just added a little code element, so let's go edit that. Open code editor. Now right here we need to paste in where we just got that link, so we're going to say paste, and it's that big long HTTPS blah blah blah, and it ends with MPEG. Now did I actually get the right one? That looks like that might be a movie. I don't know. Let's save it and see what happens. Alright, so we are finished. Now we should be able to save and preview. There we go. Now you notice it's not centered. We can adjust that real quick. Alright, so here's one thing I want you to see. I'm going to pause it real quick. If you right click on this, then it gives you the option to save the audio as. That means it would save your MP3. Also, if you click on here, it would do the same thing. Now, I don't like people just stealing my stuff, so I'm going to show you a way to make that a little bit more difficult. But first, let's center this up and do some cleanup on it, okay? So first things first is we want to, the easiest way to do this is get the properties for this column right here. So let's get to it. If we click on it, it gets us here. Now we want to center this. There we go. That did it. And then also we're going to want a little bit of space after our attribution here. So let's click on this guy and give it a little bit of a space after. I'd say 10, and we'll see how that looks. All right, now the next thing we want to do is we want to kind of disable the ability to download our MP3s. So what you do is you add two little variables to our line up here that says audio controls. We want to add these two variables to it. Controls list, no download. So that means in the three dots on the side, it wouldn't give you the option to download it. And then we're going to block the user from right-clicking on our player. So we're saying on the context menu, which a right-click brings up the context menu, we're going to say return false. That means pretty much disabled it. Let's go save it and look at it. All right, we're going to save, and we're going to preview. All right, our MP3 player is spaced, centered, and we've also moved a little bit of space because it wasn't enough space there. And then we're going to play it. If we click here, we don't see the option to download. We can speed it up or slow it down. And if we right-click, I'm right-clicking, and nothing is happening. So I'm kind of protected. Now, there's still a way to get to the MP3 if they're just a little bit of a hacker with their browser. But I've done quite a bit to protect your MP3. There are other ways to do it. You could upload your MP3 with a streaming service, and then you'd have to use their plug-in player. If you have access to a server, you could do some work with PHP, and then it would come up as, it would actually show as a blank file, a streaming file. So, there you go. We have added an MP3 player to your BizStackPro website. I sure hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you are able to use it. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Be sure to go back to my tutorials page, andydelgado.com/tutorials, to see all of the tutorials that I've done. I'll be adding new ones every week, and you are welcome to check them out. And there you go. I'll talk to you later. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.